Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special edition of Zod Rider Live from the Couch. I consider most of the Live from the Couches to be special editions since I don't do them very often. But with me today, I have the pleasure of my friend Bat Dan joining me for today's live stream. And just so everybody knows, it is an open panel discussion, and the link to join the panel is in the description for anybody that wants to jump on and celebrate with Dan and I and give your thoughts about how you feel about all of this release the air cut stuff. It's a long time coming. I'm glad to be here. Dan, thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you always. What do you think about all this, man? And how are you feeling about this current trending event?
I'm happy for it. I'm excited for it. It's past time to release the air cut. I've always said that even if we don't get the Snyderverse, hypothetically, let's just pretend Zach was done. Let's just pretend Henry and Ben and all of them were done. The air cut is filmed. There's no reason not to release it. In my opinion, this should have been released 2 years ago.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. We are in complete, lock on that. I mean, it's been a long time, and a lot of it is, to me, I feel like under certain circumstances, Warner Media might have released the air cut because if you remember, there was a lot of talk when they were prepping and doing the finishing touches on the visual effects for Zack Snyder's Justice League and all of that. You remember how at that time, I don't know, there were a lot of rumors that the same visual effects company was working on the air cut, that there was a lot of talk about it's going to be like a 1-2 punch. They're going to put out the Snyder cut, and then like maybe a few months later, they're going to release the air cut. Do you remember all that?
Oh, yeah, 100%. And to be honest with you, I think that was the plan, because I think Jason Kilar, was very supportive of the Snyderverse.
Allegedly, yeah.
I think the issue, in my opinion, is that he was too much of a pussy leader. I think he wanted it, but he wasn't brave enough to put his foot down on Toby Emmerich. That, in my opinion, was the issue.
Yeah, I don't think that it seems like everybody in the previous regime was, ran on some level by Toby Emmerich. It seems like he controlled everything, and people just looked to him because he'd been there for so long and knew what he was doing, so to speak, and had all of the, power in the company. And I feel like that's what it is. And that's why, again, it's such a great feeling to know that all of those people who were holding back, any potential that we want to see are gone. Now it's clear that, David Zaslav has his 10-year plan, and there's things going on, and we've got a new leader over at DC, and we've got all kinds of things happening. But I think that it's very, very positive. I mean, ultimately, because you guys all know how I feel about James Gunn. I wasn't really happy about James Gunn taking over DC because I'm not really a big fan, of his work. Really, the only movie outside of the movie he wrote for Zack Snyder, which was the remake of Dawn of the Dead, and except for maybe Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1, I really haven't really been all that much of a fan of the stuff that James Gunn has done. And of course, the personal elements of James Gunn's life that we know a little bit too much about, that we don't really like to talk about on any live streams. I feel like it was definitely bourbon, as Sil and Mikey would say, for James Gunn to take over as DC on the offset, just an initial thought for that, right? Like initially, but when you stop and you look at everything and you look at how it is on paper and you look at what James Gunn can bring to the table, because he's a creative himself and he understands what it means to be a director, to have his project taken away. The reason I bring all this up is because this is what we're here for. Trending, release the Ayer cut. It's time for David Ayer to get his due. And I think if James Gunn is honorable, as well as someone who can see the monetary value and the fan goodwill that he will get as the new head of DC for releasing the Ayer cut, he it would be in his best interest to do it. I don't know. What do you think about that, Dan?
Well, James Gunn, again, he's not on very thick ice with a lot of us Snyderverse fans and a lot of people, just because of past behavior, his projects, his DC projects. A lot of people did not want him in this position. So I think he needs to he needs to announce the Ayer cut like next week. I'm saying next week since it's Saturday, but it's time. The time is now.
He should just announce it. He should just announce it tonight. Just announce it. Just see what I don't understand. Like, here's the thing with James Gunn. James Gunn is well aware of the fan outcry for the Ayer cut. Okay, he knows that the Ayer cut is really, really something that DC fans want. It's something that Snyder fans want. It's something that we all want, because again, it's a director's vision. It was tampered with. We just want to see. And I'm gonna quote some of my friends over at the RT Snyder Cut account and say, we just want to see his vision. That's what we want. We want his vision, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting the vision of a filmmaker, because again, I don't know if would you call David Ayer a visionary filmmaker? That's another question.
I mean, I have not really seen any of his films, honestly, other than, I don't even want to say Studio Squad, since that wasn't his film. So I can't personally say, but from what I've heard about the Ayer cut, I think he did have a lot of vision for this movie. He did have heart. He had a plan, and he had a vision that really lined up with Snyder's story, which is what I really loved. So yes, I would say, based on what I've heard about the Ayer cut, I would say, yeah, visionary director in that regard.
Well, again, and here's the thing. I've seen some David Ayer films, and he did a film not too long ago with Shia LaBeouf, and David Ayer's done quite a few films and stuff, and I don't know if I would put David Ayer on the same level as, say, like Zack Snyder as a visionary director in that sense. But I do feel like you said, Dan, that David Ayer has a vision for this movie, and his vision for this movie was not Studio Squad. Okay. And I think there's a lot of things that David Ayer did that were kind of a detriment to him getting his vision out sooner. Like, for example, I feel like there were a lot of trending events at the time, and you know how they say, you got to strike when the iron is hot. And I kind of felt like if David Ayer would have jumped on things a little bit quicker with us as a fandom, because he had the whole Snyder army behind him. So if he would have jumped on things a little bit quicker, I think maybe he might have gotten his movie out at the time when the iron was hot. And there's a lot of things about the controversy with the old regime. Okay. A lot of things didn't help, like the whole Ray Fisher controversy and all the things that went on during the time when we as fans were just excited to be getting the Snyder cut, right? Do you believe, and I just want to get your take on this, if that Ray Fisher controversy didn't happen, and Ray wasn't calling out executives, and the fandom was more, I don't want to say united, because I don't really feel like the fandom has ever truly been united. But let's say if things were going a little bit smoother, and we were just happy that we were getting we were getting the Ayer cut. I mean, we were getting the Snyder cut, and we were tweeting out asking for David Ayer. Do you think that without any of that controversy, do you think that the old regime would have released the Ayer cut? Because I think they screwed David Ayer out of spite because they hated the Snyder fans. They didn't like the stuff that was going on with Ray Fisher, and they just screwed David Ayer because they had James Gunn, and his Suicide Squad movie was coming out, and that would have been a perfect time around the release of James Gunn's Suicide Squad to release the Ayer cut. And they didn't do it. They knew we wanted it. And like I said, I think it was all just out of spite and not because of the controversy. What do you think?
I think I go back and forth on that because on one hand, they never wanted to release the Snyder cut because that was an L for Warner Brothers because that would make them look, because that film made them look bad because they blocked this great film from coming out. So releasing the Ayer cut would have been not one, but 2 L's. I think the most what would have happened is that AT&T would have put their foot down again without all this controversy. I think if we're all united, AT&T.
I kind of wish AT&T would have overruled them and just released the Ayer cut too. I think that would have been great because at least then we would have got the Snyder cut and the Ayer cut as a 1-2 punch. And speaking of 1-2 punches, I want to welcome another awesome gentleman to the panel. I'm his partner over when we have the Bat and the Kryptonian. We're going to be doing that show a little bit later today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome my good friend, the Savage Bat, to the panel. And I'm sorry to, have kept you waiting, Savage.
That's right.
I just wanted to do a little intro on you, man, and bring you in because you know how we roll around here, bro.
Yes, mate. Cheers. And excuse the sunglasses. I've been streaming all day, and my eyes are like bleeding. I went on Strong Arm Flicks, then on the Bat channel, and and I got my stream later.
And we got another stream in a few hours. So it's kind of like.
So that's why, in case you're wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses, it's because my eyes are fucking hurting.
Yeah.
Sorry, mind my language.
When my eyes start hurting like that and I start squinting like that, I just turn my camera off. It's just what it is. So usually when you see me turn my camera off, that's what it is. It means that my eyes are tired and I'm starting to get squinty. And as you know, Savage Bat, you and we always get made fun of all the time anyway.
Yeah.
For various physical issues. So because of that, it's just easier to just turn the camera off.
Yeah.
So what's your take on all of this, Savage Bat? What do you think in terms of the old regime and the Ayer cut? Do you think without all this controversy that they would have released the Ayer cut, or do you agree with Bat Dan in the sense that they wouldn't have released it anyway unless they were forced to, kind of like with the Snyder cut?
I think they'd have to be forced to, really, because of the whole situation, with Walter Hamada and all that. It was the whole thing was all based around spite and jealousy. That was made clear.
Well, it's like one bad decision after another with the old regime. And we have to, and the whole thing is, guys, we have to talk about the old regime because they're the reason we're here. If they would have just did what they were supposed to do in the first place, they would be making money, and there probably wouldn't have been a merger. There wouldn't have been any need.
And David Zaslav knows that. That's why he fired everyone. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't for no reason.
We would have gotten the Ayer cut when we were supposed to in 2016.
And this is the thing. Now, I want to give a shout out to our good friend Lord Koj, because back when we were talking about the Ayer cut initially, Lord Koj was the one that was saying, what you got to do? You got to get the novel. You got to get the novelization, because the novelization of Suicide Squad is based on David Ayer's original script,
right,
for the movie. And so sure enough, I went on Amazon and I got the book digitally. It was, I don't know, it wasn't very expensive, and I was just glad that it was still in print. So I downloaded it, via Kindle and read it on my tablet. and it's an amazing story. The book that the story based off of that original script is 10,000 times better than what we got in the movie theater.
I've seen screenshots of it. I've not read the whole thing, but I've seen I've seen the good bits.
Here's the thing, guys. If the Ayer cut is even a fraction like that book,
yeah,
we are in for one hell of a movie. And this is the truth. I mean,
we got Mikey Sutton in the chat there.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! Gotta love having Mikey Sutton as always. What's up? What's up, Mikey?
The man himself.
You know, Mikey. This is an open panel, and you are always welcome on my streams. Always, you're welcome on all our streams, actually. And I'm gonna be reaching out to you, Mikey Sutton, when I hit episode 100 of Late Night Q&A with Zod Rider, because I want to have you on as a special guest for episode 100, because I don't think there could be a more fitting guest than the creator of Dreamwalker himself, and of course, you know, the great Mikey Sutton. And I'm so excited just to have you here in the chat. We again, this is what we're all about here. We're all about spreading positivity. We're all about looking at the bright side and being thankful for all the wonderful things that we are receiving as a fandom, and this is just a great time to be alive if you're a DC fan. Hell, if you're a fan of any of these of any of this stuff. I mean, it's just a great time. I mean, we're trying to be positive. We're trying to celebrate, and it's fantastic.
Did you see the leaked clip before they deleted it?
It's other people are putting it back up. I saw it. It's
yeah. I posted it on Twitter and Facebook.
Once it's on the internet, it doesn't go away, even if the
I know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that. It shouldn't have been leaked.
And Mikey Sutton says, Zod Rider, I'll be there, buddy, editing for DC articles right now. Always do what you do. And I have somebody backstage. I want to run this person by you, Savage Back, because I don't know if you know this person. It says Truth Finder UK. Do you know this person?
No, do you know what? That's not the person that's been sticking up for Ezra showing the clips, is it? Might be that. I don't know.
There is a truth person. Let me check his channel. I'm subscribed to his channel.
Is that the same one?
Truth Finder UK. You might want to say something in the chat because I don't know who you are. I just want to know that you're actually here, that you're in the chat, and we can bring you on the stream. But
Seeker is the one who sticks up for Ezra. Truth Seeker.
Yeah. Oh, right. So that's a different one.
All right. Well, this is him right here. Truth Finder UK. Are you aware of him? He says he's legit. I don't.
I mean,
no.
Non-legit guys say.
All right. Well, we're going to bring Truth Finder. We're going to bring Truth Finder UK on to the. So welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hi. How are you, man?
Great. Great.
Yeah, I just remember the time. Yeah, me and you was in prison together. I don't know if you remember me though.
Okay, we'll go ahead. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And that's funny. That's great. That's great comic relief.
That was good comic relief for a minute.
But that's not what we're. But that's not what we're doing here today. So just so everybody knows, I've never been in prison. Okay, so
no, neither have I.
I don't know what the hell that was about. No. But let's see here. But that was pretty funny. True.
And not to mention you're American, and this person is from the UK. So
from the UK, yeah.
So, what the hell?
So yeah. But see, this is why it's an open panel. But I don't like to bring people on that I don't know unless, I can have somebody vouch for you, because again, open panel is just an easier way of me saying, if I'm your friend and I know you and you know me, you're always welcome to come on. And that's what it basically means. I don't really, Yeah, I don't know who that dude was, but he spoke very clearly. You could hear him at least, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, the clip of the prematurely released clip looks really cool of the breakout at Arkham, and you can see Jared Leto smashing someone up with a baseball bat at the end. Looks pretty brutal. So yeah, we've got lots of good stuff to come in the Ayer cut. You know, it's definitely coming, isn't it?
Well, listen, we know who. We know where we get our information from.
Yeah.
So we're not sitting here on panic mode like a lot of these people are, and that's one of the things I also wanted to talk about with you guys and the chat as well. The amount of panic that we see from big accounts that have been around and that know how this works. This has never been their first go around, right? They're not like it's not like they're new to all of this. They know how Zack Snyder works. They know how all of this works. A lot of these big accounts, they've actually been in contact with David Ayer, so they know how this works. But yet they're the ones that panic the most and act like, oh, we need to keep fighting. We need to keep doing. It's like this. Look, trending is one thing, and trending is great. You keep the awareness out there. You let everybody know what's going on, and you do what needs to be done. But you know what? I'm going to stop there because I got to bring somebody else in on the panel today. Somebody who is known for giving the actual factuals. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome back to Live from the Couch, Prime, the Godfather himself. What is up, Prime? Good to see you, man.
What's good, brother? What's up, everybody?
What's up, what's up?
Good,
all right?
I'm good. I'm real good. How's everybody doing?
Man, Prime, I've just been dying to get your take on all of this, because again, you look at things from a business perspective, and you're always digging into the weeds about all this stuff. So how do you feel about it, and where do you think we are in terms of the Ayer cut right now?
Oh, the Ayer cut is coming.
Absolutely.
I've already said that, but I would say this is that I don't think I think what people are thinking, I've been looking at social media, reading a lot of people's stuff. And I said this on Strong Flex's stream. I just said that I don't think they're going to put this strictly on a streaming platform, because it's not profitable. They're not going to put it on a streaming platform. I think all this is going to go straight to physical copy.
Right. Did you listen to David Zaslav to the investor call?
Yes.
And that I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, you know why? Because I was thinking, if you can't put it in theaters, if there's not a designated time spot, or there's nothing you can do right now to do it theatrically, I agree with you. Physical media would be the best way to go, because you could do physical media and then you could also have a digital release. Yes. But the idea of it just going straight to HBO Max, I feel like that would be. He's made it clear that he feels like releasing movies directly to HBO Max is a losing proposition.
Yeah, and a lot of people fail to realize too that 45-day window for movies that come straight from the theater, I think they're going to probably to abolish that or extend it, because it really doesn't make any sense for the movie to go 45 days after the release. It's not getting any traction. I think Top Gun pretty much negated that, because they kept it in the actual movies for what? How long Top Gun been in a movie? Ain't been like
I mean, when you have a Top Gun movie, when you have a movie like that, Top Gun, a sequel to a movie that came out in 1986. Okay, we're talking about not only does nostalgia sell, but it's a good movie. Yeah. So the fact that you have a good movie that's sitting in there, that's what brings people to the theater. That's what puts butts in the seats. So if it's a good enough movie, you can run a movie in the theater like they used to do back in the old days. Because you remember, Prime, back in the old days, a movie like Back to the Future would sit in the movie theater for a whole year or longer.
More than that.
Like the Star Wars movies were in theaters for years. Empire Strikes Back was in theaters when Return of the Jedi came out,
Yeah.
because of the fact that back then, you could make money. It was profitable to have these movies running for as long as possible. But now the reason why these companies, they cut their losses and only keep movies in the theaters in like a cycle, because they know that they only make their money like in the first week.
Yeah.
After that, that's when you get the big drop, and then everything starts to go downhill. But
I'd really like to own the Aya Cut Steelbook, 4K Steelbook. Yeah, if you're listening, David Zaslav, James Gunn.
I'll
please.
pre-order it now.
4K Steelbook, please.
I mean, and I believe, like I said, I believe that they're going to do it. But when they do it, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's about money. They don't really care about how should I say? Because I believe that the streaming wars is over. It's done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's done, and Netflix is going to stay at the top. You're not going to beat them. That's just not going to happen. But you can have your streaming platform and have
I have a question about that, since you brought up Netflix, and I don't want to cut you off, but I want to ask you before I forget. The Netflix thing, they're moving into a transition where they're gonna start charging consumers extra for sharing their accounts and stuff. Do you think that is going to hurt them though? Because
no.
People will look at that as, well, why should I share my Netflix account with my parents and my grandparents? Why should I pay an extra fee? Do you think that will hurt them, or do you think that they'll be able to
because it's just like, I'll give you an example. Like if you get Spotify,
yeah,
they have an account now where you have a good deal where you can have two people on your account, but it has to be linked up to the same address. So if your account, let's say what you're purchasing, is at the same physical address, then you can have that deal. That's the same thing with Netflix. You can't wander out. Let's just say you got your account and somebody signed into your account in another state. Oh no, they chopping that down. You got to be in the same house.
Yeah.
So if you're in the same house, then you can share the platform up to 3 people. You can do that. Okay, you can share the platform who's actually in the house. But if you share it outside of your home, then you're gonna have to get an additional account. It's going to go exactly by your IP address.
Your IP address, yeah.
Not your really IP address. So you cannot just be like, oh, you can just get onto my account. The only way that you'll be able to travel with your Netflix on your portable device would be your iPad or your tablet or your cell phone. Why? Because that IP address at your home is already linked up to your phone because of your Wi-Fi.
Your home network.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. If you go onto another network, you'll still be able to use it on your phone because it's your cell network. But if you try to tap into something or try to do it from
hotel TV,
from another TV, and you try to link your stuff, it's going to kick you out. It won't even allow you to even do it. And I get it. So that's a good ploy for people to sign up in another home. And that makes more people sign up. I mean, think about it. If your Netflix account, let's just say, I'm just giving people an example. Let's just say you got 5 people using your account. Well, Netflix losing money. Think about it. That's 20 times 5 is what? That's over what? That's 100. 20, 40, 60, that's $100.
80, because one of them already is paying for it.
Right. So if you had 2, So if you only had the 2 using it, they're losing $80. So this about the money. I get it. I'm not mad at it. And you're going to add on additional ads as well. It's about the money. So if you don't,
Netflix has never had ads.
Right,
so the fact that now they want to go into ads too, it's like they're the number one streaming service, but they've also never had ads. And I think people, like the fact that they don't have ads. So that's
well, when they announced that they was going to do the ads thing and that not sharing to the house, the stocks went down, didn't they? Yeah. So it definitely is going to cause some trouble. And I wouldn't be surprised if they, at first, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get forced into, doing something different.
like have different
depends on what tier.
tiers.
It depends on what tier you do, because people are not going to take that lower tier. For example, the way they have the tier set up, if you get the tier with no ads, you only could probably have 2 people in the house or one other person in your house that can share your account. If you go with the high tier, you probably can have unlimited people on your account in your house, okay, and with no commercials, and you get 4K, and you get 1080, and you get maybe some other exclusive stuff that they might get. So you got to look at it from that perspective, from a business point. The higher the tier that you get, the more fruits that you're going to get. The lower you get, you ain't going to get it. HBO Max did it. So I think it's pretty much better for you to go ahead and just pay the extra $5 without ads. I mean, it is what it is. You're going to get whatever it is. You're going to get what it is. It's $10 for HBO Max with ads. So to get rid of ads, just pay that additional $5, and you ain't got to worry about it. You say what?
I did that. I ain't paying. I don't want to watch ads, especially for content that's not edited for ads. Then it's just awkward when they cut to an ad.
Exactly.
Strong Arm Flicks. If you're around, man, and you want to, please jump on the stream, man, because you're saying a lot of great stuff right now. Strong Arm Flicks said so. The big RT account Aircut panicked today and demanded we take down the clip of Aircut, take it down everywhere. One admin got booted by the other. How's that even possible? And Anti's got part 1 to my stream taken down for shady practices and spam. Oh my God, a lot of good stuff happened too. Okay, well, Strong Arm, if you want to come on and talk about any of that, you are more than welcome to do so. The link to join the stream is in the description for anybody. Again, this is an open panel. This whole Aircut thing. I mean,
it was too late. Once it was out there, it was out there. I didn't remove it.
That's what I'm saying. They need to just release the movie, and I agree with Prime. I think it'll be one of those scenarios where it'll be get a physical release and get a digital release, but I don't know.
I'm talking about the clip that was released.
Oh yeah.
These days, all these movies market with leaks nowadays, with accidental leaks. I mean, let's be honest, that clip would not ruin people's excitement to see the movie. If anything, that clip heightened people's excitement for the movie. So I think freaking out over that clip was ridiculous.
Also underneath my post of it, hundreds of people retweeting it and quote tweeting it, released the Aircut. So it's helping the cause. So yeah, that's why I didn't bother removing it.
You know what that freak out to me is? It's the term I coined, Ezra Miller beer. When people freak out over nothing, I call it Ezra Miller beer.
When he took the beers, yeah.
And for all you Dreamwalker fans out there, we got a message here from Mikey Sutton. By the way, I had to reschedule Dreamwalker 3 to Valentine's Day, but as the Eagles once sang, I can't tell you why. Yeah, absolutely love the
bombs
Eagles.
On your Dreamwalker bombs on your show, Zod. Right?
Hail to Mikey, of course. And Mikey says, I wonder who they'll cast as Green Arrow in Justice League 2. There's a bomb right there. There you go.
Charlie Hunnam, please. Yeah.
So how soon do you guys think that we'll be receiving the Aircut? How soon?
Oh, I'm hoping before Christmas, maybe Christmas Day, like we've been saying.
I'm open for a Christmas Day,
Christmas Day,
at least release or an announcement.
Either I'll be fine.
From what I've been hearing, they're talking about sometime by the end of this month.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
Well,
close to Thanksgiving. Yeah, there you go.
I would say this is what I believe would actually happen. Once Gunn and Sheffrin actually started once they officially start getting things going November 1st, I think David Ayer said, look, as of the 4th or this weekend, he went ahead and showed them the Aircut to get things rolling. Because it was already, James Gunn was already for it. He was already for it.
Yeah. He's been for it, clearly. Yeah.
He tweeted ages ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's
been for it.
Yeah.
So my thing is that now to get things rolling and so money and stuff can get going, this will probably be the best time to do it. Now, Will it be on one of those mystery WB slates that was presented by what's that, AMC Movies at the time? I think it's not a November. I forget which
February.
February, yeah.
February, and
Yeah,
there's another one. I don't know. I know it's February. I don't know if it's February,
September.
March, or February, or this month. I'm not sure. I have to look at my thing. But those are two slates that they have. They're mystery slates, so we don't know what they are. But if that's what happened to be the case, again, like I said, this would be the perfect time to do it. If you release it and you put it out on physical copy, they don't have to worry about marketing it. All they got to do is just put it out there. The fans will do the marketing. That's the problem.
Just like we did with the Snyder Cut, it'll be the same.
The fans will do the marketing.
They
don't have to. You don't have to worry about all the other stuff. The fans will do the marketing. That's not even the problem.
If they're gonna do it on physical media, though, they need to get it announced before Christmas, because then people can you buy it for Christmas gifts for people. You don't want to miss out on that market.
We had another bomb from Mikey Sutton. He says, "I'm wondering if the Ray Fisher Cyborg movie gets announced this year." That'd be insane.
Yeah, well, then maybe people won't try to boycott all these other movies on Ray Fisher's behalf anymore.
But that's the question here. I gotta ask you guys too. Okay, here's the funny part: using a specific actor or a specific situation as a crutch to not support something. Here's the thing: I enjoyed myself with Black Adam. Okay, I seen it 3 times. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved seeing the action. I loved seeing Justice Society. I loved The Rock as Black Adam. As a DC comic book fan, Black Adam was a great movie. If you're a fan of comic book movies and you are a fan of DC, you will enjoy Black Adam. If you're talking about boycotting Black Adam, then you're not a DC fan. It's just ridiculous.
Have you seen the tweets? We predicted this, didn't we, Zod? I'm not watching it, even if Henry's back and Zach's back. Was the tweet?
Yeah.
The one that bothered me the most, guys, and this is.
Are you having a laugh?
The one that bothered me the most. The one that bothered me the most was when we had, somebody posting a grainy bootleg shot of Henry Cavill as Superman from that post-credit scene, complaining about the Man of Steel suit based on the grainy bootleg shot of Superman. Go see the movie in the theater and you won't be complaining. You're looking at a grainy bootleg shot of Superman and you're critiquing the suit based on that.
Yeah, and not to mention, it turned out Henry Cavill revealed that he chose the Man of Steel suit.
Because he has creative input now.
I just don't get. People complain about everything, and they want to whine and cry and about it all. And here's the thing too. And again, we got Prime here, who is a DC fan for life. And the thing is, Prime, you've been in support of all these DC projects, no matter what, because you're a DC fan. So what's your take on the whole, Black Adam controversy?
I don't pay attention to it because I already know there's a lot of idiots and weirdos and they don't understand certain things. You got to understand. I don't pay attention to the general casual audience because they're late bloomers. I consider general casual audience people, they're followers. If it's a word of mouth, they're going to go watch it. If it's not word of mouth, they're not going to watch it. So I strictly listen to people that are actually fans that's really going to go out and just going to support it and know what they're talking about. I don't really pay attention to the character. Now you can acknowledge the general casual audience, fine and dandy.
Hey,
Super
that's
bro.
just what it is.
Yeah. And with that, I want to welcome Super Bro Corey to Live from the Couch. What's up, Super Bro?
Hey, God, and Bat Dan and Savage, remember that one time we were in prison together and we my bad.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Gotta boo Corey now. Gotta boo Corey.
I got a confession. Corey and I actually did spend some time in prison together. but we escaped and we got pardoned, so it's all good.
I was there too. Yeah.
So Super Bro Corey, what's your take on all of this? How soon do you think we'll receive the Ayer cut?
Man, I'm hoping we get an announcement soon, So we've heard a lot of stuff's going on in the background right now, maybe some secret screenings and everything like that. So I'm hoping before the end of the year, we get the announcement.
I just have to say this though. If it gets announced before the end of the year, okay, or like in what Prime has been saying, if it gets released before the end of the year, say it gets announced and gets released before the end of the year, what does that mean? What does that mean for us? That means that once again, Sil and Mikey were right. Yep. What's Mikey been saying? Ayer cut 2022, right?
It should be a very Merry Christmas.
So what does that mean? That means once again, Mikey's right again, and Mikey here says tracking for Black Adam went up to 175 million stateside. Good hold, will be higher, but projections conservative because Panther will rule. Rotten Tomatoes will be in the high 90s. Yeah. Obviously, Black Panther is going to get. Black Panther has a lot of hype around it. And it's obviously going to get high praise from critics.
But I can't see it opening weekend though, so I'll see Black Adam instead.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's what I'm doing too. I'm going to see. I'm going to go see Black Adam.
I saw that. That's the most racist video I've seen.
I love it. I'm like that's great. I'm gonna go see Black Adam when Black Panther opens, and then I'll see Black Panther sometime later.
I'm gonna go and see the Black Little Mermaid instead.
Well, I wish that movie was out. I wish that movie was out, because if that movie was but Disney's not going to have that compete. But that would be awesome. Unlike Spielberg, met Zaz for Soups, he's trying to get his own DC movie, Black Hawk, made since early '80s. Yeah, I'd like to see Spielberg get that Black Hawk movie finally.
Yeah, that's the fighter pilots, isn't it, from World War II?
We've been hearing about that Black Hawk movie for like the longest time.
Yeah. Right. They showed up in the Justice League cartoon when they done that time travel one.
I think they called it. Oh no, it was Black Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. When was it? I think it might have been
Time.
Vandal Savage done something to the timeline and go.
I think as DC fans, we should all go see Black Adam when Black Panther opens. I think that would be massive if DC fans went and saw Black Adam again when Black Panther opened, to put a cherry on top, because we want Black Adam to continue to do well. What do you think about that, Prime? Are you how are you feeling about Wakanda Forever and the whole controversy surrounding that?
I mean, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I was done with Marvel. I have no interest in Marvel no more. I'm just going to see Blade and Black Panther. That's it. I have no interest in no Marvel content. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about Marvel. I don't even want to know nothing about it. I say I will support the only two movies I was looking forward to: Black Panther 2 and Blade. That's it. So I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. And what about you, Super Bro Corey? Are you going to see Black Adam again when Black Panther comes out?
Oh yeah, I'm going to see Black Adam too. Once again, I am curious about what they do with Black Panther and Wakanda, but in support of DC over Marvel, I'm going to see Black Adam again. So just go one more time. We're going hard on Black Adam, buddy.
Absolutely.
I'll go see Black Adam again.
We need to have that. We need to have that push, like with Top Gun. Just keep pushing it. Just keep pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
and people fail to realize this too is that people have to understand the reason why a lot of these movies do get $1 billion is not because of the United States. It's not because of domestic. It's because of overseas.
That's right.
And that's where Black Adam gonna get most of his money. And for all the haters, for the people that don't know that have been hating, they have a China release. And I'm going to say, go ahead, man.
I thought they were saying they weren't having a China release anymore.
No, they having a China release.
It's a possibility.
Possibility still? Well, they're going to have a China release. So I'm not even worried about that.
That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. Black
Right.
Adam will make its money.
Yeah.
And here's the
Right.
thing. Another reason why, Black Adam is going to continue to be successful is because of repeat viewings. That's another thing about these comic book movies that people just don't get. It's great to get the general audience, and it's great to, you get that overseas money, but that repeat viewing is what helps as well, because you get people. I mean, again, I've seen Black Adam 3 times already, and I'm planning to go see it again when Wakanda Forever comes out. So that's that's what you got to do. You really, when you want these movies to succeed, you have to support them regardless.
Yeah.
And when a movie is crap, it's legit crap because nobody supports it.
Yeah.
Like 84.
Yeah, but again, we can go back to what Zaslav says about that. We could talk about Prime. Wonder Woman 84 was released in theaters and direct to HBO Max simultaneously, but that was also under different circumstances. But I don't think that movie would have been successful either way because it was a flop. It wasn't a good movie. No. I mean,
I think probably if Zaslav was in charge, he probably would have canned that as well, same as Batman.
I have a feeling he would have too, it would have been extreme reshoots, or they would have added to it. They probably would have thrown in. They would have probably tried to sprinkle in some continuity to the other films. Yeah. Maybe you would even had a cameo from some other Justice League members or something. But they would have did something to spruce up Wonder Woman 84.
They would have taken out the bed scene. They would not have had Wonder Woman sleep with the guy with Steve Trevor in another man's body. That would have been
so the invasion of the body snatcher thing would have been gone, huh?
If Zaslav was involved, we wouldn't have had a Wonder Woman 84. We would have had Zack Snyder Justice League 2 already. We would have had Zack Snyder Justice League 3 already. The Zack Snyder plan would have gone down as it was supposed to. Wonder Woman 2 would have been something completely different. Life would have been good if Zaslav was in charge.
Absolutely. And Mikey Sutton says here, repeat viewing is everything. Ask James Cameron. Exactly. People keep going back to see these movies over and over and over. And that's what it's about. If you love a movie, you're going to want to see it in theaters as many times as you can, because no matter what, the home theater experience is still not better than the theatrical experience.
Oh, I know that.
Never will be.
No.
With Wonder Woman 1984, before I knew it was going to be Wonder Woman 1984, I stayed at my mom's house an extra night because Wisconsin was showing it in theaters, but not Illinois, because I wanted to see Wonder Woman 1984 in theaters. Because I just love that theatrical experience and did not know it was going to be, Wonder Woman 1984.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Liam Neeson in the chat, and Liam Neeson says, just released the Ayer cut, and we need more Ben Affleck, Batman, and Jared Leto Joker content. All right, Liam.
I have to give a shout out to Zack Snyder for actually hyping up the Ayer cut by putting Jared Leto in the Snyder cut. Because that exposed people to Jared Leto's true performance as the Joker.
Yeah, obviously Zack.
I could see, you know what I could see them doing, Ryan? You're saying here when the Ayer cut gets released, I hope they release it in theaters and then on physical media. I could see them doing, and Prime, could you see them doing something like this where, they're going to release it on physical media, but you know how they do like those Fathom events where they put the movie in theaters for like a day or like a week, and they say, okay, and it's like a special thing so that people get a chance to see it in theaters. You think there's a chance they might do something like that for the Ayer cut?
That'd be hemorrhaging money. They're not trying to hemorrhage money. They're not trying to hemorrhage money, because you got to remember, if you put it in theaters and you put it in a window, you still have to pay those theaters.
Yeah, that's true.
You still have to pay the theaters.
That's true. Because I remember like my father and I a couple of years ago when they released that animated movie, The Killing Joke, the Joker. That movie was in Fathom Events. It was a special event at the theaters for one night only, and we went to see it. It was great. I don't know how much money it made, but it was nice to see it in a theater as like a special thing. But then it came out on video that same week. So it was like they were not they probably, like you were saying, Prime, they weren't making any money off of that. That was probably just a special thing. They just decided, okay, we'll throw it in theaters for a day, see if we can get a little bit off of it, but we know we're going to make all our money off of home video. So yeah.
Right. You know, I mean, like I said, you gotta look at it. What is profitable? How would they you gotta look at it how profitable, you know, the revenue is going to be. They're, like I said, they're not trying to give up no type of money. They're trying to use whatever they can to get money. If they have these IPs and these properties that's just been sitting there, they want to make as much money. Because, like I said, Zaslav is getting rid of debt.
Yeah,
he's already cleared $2 billion. So you can imagine how much, you know, it's going to even be more. So they want to make money. They're not trying to keep on hemorrhaging money. They're not trying to do that.
And Daniel Martin, I think this is fake news. They recast Amy Adams for Man of Steel 2. Yeah, I think that's fake news. Yeah. Again, all of these outlets are getting off on posting anything negative that they can with regards to anything, you know, Snyderverse or Cat, whatever. They just wanna keep the negative grift flowing. So that's why you're seeing this. But no, that's not true.
Did you see the trolling the other day with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4? That got way out of control. Loads of people believed.
Oh yeah, the Batflick movie. They did a Batflick Beware the Batflick movie too. Because
that was it. Ben Affleck tweeted, but it was a fake tweet. Beware the Batman coming out.
Their fight accounts are useless now.
Yeah.
Amy Adams, they will never recast Amy Adams. She's a very great actress, and on top of that, Amy Adams ain't stupid. She gonna make that money.
Yeah, she's gonna come back for sure. Why wouldn't she? It just makes perfect sense for her to be Lois Lane, even if her role is smaller in these other films. She's still gonna be it's like in the original Superman movies with Christopher Reeve, where they had Margot Kidder stayed Lois Lane the entire time throughout all 4 films. She just had her roles were just in varying degree in terms of parts, but they never recasted her.
She needs to come out and say the press badge is still in my closet.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Mikey Sutton says Amy Adams is not recast. Yeah. Good enough for me.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
It's like, hey, listen.
Confirmation there.
Well, Mikey has said pretty much everyone except a certain Mira actress is expected to return.
Well, if Amber Heard doesn't get hired in Australia to do porn, I mean, I could see them possibly bringing her back in some capacity, maybe. But I'm pretty sure she's going to get recast. Pretty sure she probably already has been, and we just don't know.
She's too bad for business.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson wants to know: will Henry Cavill appear in The Flash? Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Yes. According to Sil Abdul, yes.
And Ben Affleck, he in it too.
Yep. Absolutely. Everybody. They're all in it.
Trinity was literally in LA during Flash filming.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill's hair was Superman hair.
She'll give birth. Yes, of course. See, this is what's going to happen. See, and now it makes sense why they would want to cancel all the CW shows, get rid of Superman and Lois and all that. If they're going to make Henry Cavill's Superman a father, then you already have that. You're already going to tell that storyline on the big screen, so you don't need a TV show doing the shit. I mean, it just you know.
And they cancelled Stargirl as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, Prime.
People got to understand like this too, is that Superman and Lois is a fantastic show. But you also got to understand too, they're getting done with everything CW. And I don't blame them. And I like Superman and Lois. They're just trying to eradicate CW and just get rid of it.
Well, the guy from CW tweeted, didn't he? I can't see there being any future with the CW and DC.
No. It's done. So, it's done.
Yeah. But also, it's leaning towards what Disney are doing. You know, like they've got their movies and the TV shows connected. You know, that's what Zaslav's going to do. You know, have a connected movie universe and TV universe. It's obviously what the plan is.
And Ryan wants to know, what are your thoughts on David Zaslav and Peter Safran having dinner with Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan? I hope that Steven Spielberg gets involved in DC. Yeah, we touched on this a little bit earlier, Ryan. I think that just means that Zaslav is going to get them involved for future projects. I don't think you're. I mean, to finally get Steven Spielberg to come in and do a DC movie, and imagine if they could get Christopher Nolan on board again for something. I mean, that'd be huge.
I hope
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan.
Oh, cool.
I would say I hope Christopher Nolan is involved somehow in Superman: Dawn of Hope. I really hope that, like, even as an active producer.
Here's my thoughts on this, guys. If Zack Snyder doesn't direct Dawn of Hope, could you imagine Christopher Nolan directing it?
Be awesome.
Oh yeah,
that would be nice. Y'all got it. Y'all saying Dawn of Hope? Y'all bold. Y'all got the title already.
Dawn of Hope. Dawn of Hope. Well, that's what Danny Garcia had posted on Twitter. Dawn of Hope. When they were talking about Superman, she used the hashtag Dawn of Hope. So we're assuming that it's Superman Dawn of Hope.
We gotta give it some pseudo title in the meantime, anyways.
But I like that title because that kind of, you know what's so funny is that title actually answers all the negative questions that people had about Superman in the past. They're like, oh, he's too dark, he's too dour. You call the movie Dawn of Hope, you're basically telling the world that this is the Superman of optimism that you always wanted. This is the Superman that Henry Cavill was eventually going to be if you would have just given Snyder his time to tell his story.
Yeah. What would be great, and Christian Bale has already said he'd do this if Christopher Nolan did, is cancel the Batman and make The Dark Knight Part 4.
Only if there's a story to tell.
Well, but you know what you do? You relegate the like, you know, yeah, they got that allegedly that Penguin series is still happening on HBO Max. Again, talk about hemorrhaging money. I mean, who's going to watch that? I mean, really?
Yeah, I'd give it a watch. I mean,
eventually.
That was the best part of Batman, to be honest with you. Colin Farrell as Penguin was the only highlight of the Batman.
Oh, I thought Penguin was decent, and I also liked Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. I thought she was good.
Yeah, and just a little Batmobile chase. That was about it for me, really.
I think they can.
I thought it was
I would almost be. I wouldn't be opposed to them taking the Matt Reeves verse and just turning it into a TV show.
Yeah, that would
because
be a
they
good
really
idea.
because honestly they could probably do it and, you know, maybe keep it at a lower budget and keep it for TV. I mean, you think about it, you got stuff like Game of Thrones and I mean, you know, House of the Dragon that's huge on HBO. I mean, could you imagine what a Batman show would be like on HBO Max if they actually put the money into it and said, okay, we're going to take the Matt Reeves verse and we're not going to do Matt Reeves theatrically because we're doing our DCU theatrically, but we'll do Matt Reeves on HBO Max and we'll do it as a TV show. People would tune into that. I mean, 10 episodes a season, people would love that. I mean,
I'd prefer that. You know,
that would be all right.
I'm not invested in that universe really, but I'd prefer that to, you know.
What do you think, Prime? Because I know you were a big fan of Matt Reeves, the Batman. What would you say about a TV show in that? You know, as
they're doing a TV show, they doing the Penguin.
Yeah, but I mean, if they just went ahead and altered it and just made it a full on Batman show, just said, okay, we're gonna do the Matt Reeves verse on TV, and we're just gonna as like long form storytelling in a sense.
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But the only problem is that, you know, will people come out in droves to watch it?
I mean, well, that's what I would wonder too. But could it be as big as something like, say, a Game of Thrones or a, House of the Dragon kind of thing. Because I love House of the Dragon. That's why I keep mentioning it. I love it. I was a fan of Game of Thrones, and I think House of the Dragon is kind of righting the wrongs, and it's a great show. I enjoy it. And you can tell where all the money is going with House of the Dragon. Not to mention we got Fabian Wagner, who did Zack Snyder's Justice League, as the cinematographer. So that's pretty cool too. But yeah, I mean, I think a modern Batman show on a streaming platform would be cool. Like if it was a Batman show that was actually allowed to have Batman in it in an important way, rather than just like brief little glimpses every once in a while.
Don't give me Gotham flashbacks. That Batman reveal was terrible.
Well, it'd be the first proper Batman show since 1966. So. Because everything else has been, like you said, just little teasers in Titans and Gotham. It wasn't. We never got to see Batman.
Exactly. And Justin Shields says, "Why can't we have both Superman and Lois and Man of Steel at the same time? We can handle it. It's so stupid." Because they're going to probably do a lot of the stuff that they're doing on Superman and Lois now. They're going to probably do a lot of storylines where you're going to have Superman as a father on the big screen. So why would you need to also have it going on the small screen? I could see them keeping. I could see them keeping it if they didn't have big plans for Superman on the big screen moving forward. But because now they want you got to remember, they want to make Superman the marquee character. They want him to be the face of DC going forward. So if you want him to be the face of DC going forward, you don't need multiple versions of that character. If you're going to pay Henry Cavill all that money and you're going to have him under contract for all these films, you might as well use him to his full potential and tell all the stories you want to tell with that Superman.
And he's free now. He has one less project to worry about. So,
listen, I'm going to be honest, guys. I never really got into The Witcher. I watched a little bit of it here and there. I thought it was okay, but to me, I always felt like he was doing it and was devoted to it because his Superman contract was always up in the air, and I think that's why he was so committed to it. But the fact that he's gone now, I think is great. I think it's fantastic that he left that TV show.
Bad for The Witcher. Won't last past season 4. It was a star-driven show. Let's be honest.
I think people are gonna. I think people are wrong about that, and I think people are going to be surprised with how good Liam Hemsworth does in the role. I think, because I've noticed this. How everybody, you ever notice how everybody talks crap about a new actor whenever a new actor steps into the role that was played by another actor, no matter who it is. Like there's all this controversy about Wakanda Forever because people are saying, well, they should have recast T'Challa. They could have recast T'Challa. I believe that they could have, because there's more Black Panther stories to tell with that character. Just because the actor died doesn't mean that you completely, retire that character. So my whole thing with The Witcher is, Henry Cavill's moving on. He's created a legacy with that character. But that doesn't mean that another actor can't come in, a competent actor who can do the role justice and pick up where he left off. See, and that's why I hate that line of thinking where people say, "Oh, just because a new actor comes in, that the show or the movie is going to be a failure because that actor isn't the same actor as before." I mean, it's ridiculous. We have so many actors out there, so many people that are fully capable, but we don't get to ever see their potential because of attitudes like that, where only one actor is allowed to play this character. Like, for example, with like Heath Ledger's Joker. Remember the running line of thought for that for years was nobody could ever play the Joker again. Oh, that's the Joker. Best Joker ever. Nobody could ever play. And then Jared Leto comes out. We see Jared Leto, and we're like, oh, God, Jared Leto, he's a great actor. He's a competent actor. What I'm saying is you only need to replace the actor with another quality actor. As long as you have a quality actor who can pull off the role, it doesn't matter who plays it, as long as they're right for the role. I've never understood. It's like Henry Cavill as Superman. God forbid, say Henry Cavill, something happened to Henry Cavill and he couldn't be Superman anymore. They would find a competent actor to play Superman to replace him. It wouldn't be, they wouldn't go to the TV actor, Tyler Hoechlin, whatever, hockey, whatever his name is. They wouldn't go to him and be like, okay, now it's your turn to step up and be the theatrical version of Superman. No, they would find somebody comparable to Henry Cavill who was capable of playing the role.
Of that
it might even be Liam. It might even have ended up being Liam Hemsworth. Who knows? All I'm saying is that people need to. I think people need to get over this attitude that only one actor can play a role. To me, it's like, no, because if the actor dies or something happens to the actor and they can't play it, you got to have a willingness to accept somebody else in that role, especially if they're playing the same character.
It's today's culture. That's just the way that it is. That's how I look at it.
It's like even Chadwick Boseman's own family was saying, well, they could have recast
they
him.
should have
It would have honored the legacy, and the character would have continued. Why would you get rid of T'Challa right now?
I think they did it for money, in my opinion. You make it a memorial film, you boost up the box office.
But I also
never know.
Back to the casting.
You know what's so funny? They could still, regardless of how much of a memorial this movie is to Chadwick Boseman, they could end up technically bringing back T'Challa later on down the line as a different actor, because they have a, Marvel has a multiverse just like DC has a multiverse, so you can explain away a lot of things with multiverse logic. But my thing is, I just feel like you could have gotten another actor to play T'Challa. You really could have. It wouldn't.
I agree. I mean, you could have got somebody, but I think a lot of people is like they really got close with Chad playing T'Challa.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody.
Well,
else
especially
really...
the actress playing Shuri. Remember, like she was really like tore up because she knew she was going to be the one that they were going to make the next Black Panther.
Yeah, also they'd done the thing, we know when Ezra was in a bit of trouble and everyone was saying replace him with Grant Gustin. I was like, what? Replace, a movie actor with
That's always a bad
idea.
That's always a bad idea, taking a TV actor and replacing a theatrical actor.
There's a reason they're on TV, because they ain't up to scratch for the movies.
Well, I got somebody else I want to bring in here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Watchtower himself, Mr. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
And also, it wouldn't be complete if we didn't bring Taladia Plays into the stream. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
I'm well, thank you. Just spent the last hour just doing my thing.
What's up, Jeffrey? What's your thought on all this haircut stuff, man? Are we getting the movie, bro?
Nothing right now, but it seems like it does seem like there's some sort of countdown going on Twitter right now. Like the film Exiles podcast seems to be counting down to something. So something might be going down in a few minutes.
They might announce it. They might announce it today. Wouldn't that be crazy if James Gunn announced the movie today?
If that happens,
maybe it would be. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
We could react to it live. That would be.
Yes. Exactly. That's my thought.
Yeah.
What's this countdown?
Yeah. What's that?
I don't know. They're just counting down to something that's going down. Like they just started counting down for no reason, like 10, 9, 8, and right now it's at 6, I believe.
Oh wow, we might be on the cusp of something then. Interesting.
Who's tweeting now, by the way?
Yeah, who's tweeting it?
The people that are counting down now is the Film Exiles podcast.
Oh.
Okay, they might know.
Well, Wayne T. Carr just tweeted out, released the Snyder Cut.
You mean
And he
air
said,
cuts?
yeah, he said tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So that's a cryptic thing. Something is about to happen, man.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna get announced on Tuesday. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
yeah, Tuesday.
Maybe
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Tuesday.
that's my
all these
birthday,
messages.
actually.
Tuesday
That's
is?
actually my birthday.
Well, that'd be a hell of a birthday present, Jeffrey.
yeah.
That would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah, that's my birthday. I'm like, hold up. Like,
that would be nice.
if the haircut gets announced on my birthday, man, that's probably gonna be a top tier birthday present. That's definitely gonna be the top tier.
I'm looking for the release of haircut thread, but I don't see the I'm looking at a lot of stuff now. So, seeing what they doing, seeing what they gonna say, whatever like that. So all we can do is just wait.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they're counting down though. That's pretty interesting.
Let's see what these hub accounts are saying.
Yeah, they saying that Jared Leto killed it, but no one knows.
Yeah, that was
last year.
That was air. That was air. Air said that himself.
I posted that. Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what I was about to say. And what I wanted to say is that there's a lot of people that still think that Jared Leto's Joker was just so bad. They took all this stuff out. He didn't even get the opportunity to even showcase what the fuck they did. So now when the movie comes out, he's going to shut up a lot of people. Okay, it's the same scenario that happened with. It's the same thing with Ray Fisher. It was the same scenario. Remember what they were saying about Ray Fisher? But he's crying about his, this and that. But he was saying the right stuff the whole time. It was the same thing with who said it? Ezra Miller. His role was completely changed. So it's like people have to understand, man, is that the old regime did so much bad. They just have no idea how bad they messed up everything. They just don't have an idea. Because honestly, to be truthful, it's about to be 2023. I think Zach's run would be done already.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Zach's run would have been done.
Yep.
But hey, it is what it is. And we could have been moving forward. We could have been moving forward to other stuff. But no. So, but like I say, this is going to run our tables. It's going to change a lot of stuff when this is actually released. I think a lot of people are going to. It's more hype for. I ain't gonna say it's more hype, but you know what? I would say this. It's going to sell just for the simple fact of two things. Because of Joker and Harley. And people are going to want to see it. And once the word of mouth is out there, it's probably going to sell like hotcakes anyway.
Oh yeah.
But
I agree.
But people but all the naysayers kept saying, how did Suicide
Squad? Retro.
Yeah, people were saying, well, how did the Suicide Squad make so much money more than Wonder Woman and Man of Steel? And they said the movie was bad. Well, the reason why that movie made so much money was because the way it was marketed, for one. And then for two, it was Joker and Harley in the movie. Okay? So you're going to have a whole bunch of women going to see it. You're going to have everybody that's Joker fanatics. They're going to come out and go see it. Suicide Squad didn't sell itself. Joker and Harley sold the movie. So when Joker didn't deliver the way that everybody was anticipating and what they wanted to see, they called the movie trash. The movie wasn't bad the way everybody was thinking it was. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It was just kind of mid. It was just kind of mid here. Yeah, it was just mid.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. I mean, it's something you could watch, and then to be honest with you, I felt like the extended cut that they released later on. I don't know if you guys remember that when it came out.
I have that on DVD.
It had like the extended cut to me just kind of felt like overkill with the theatrical cut. Like I felt like I felt like they did enough with the theatrical cut if in terms of that version where they didn't need an extended version. Like so when they put out the extended version, it was just kind of like, well, I don't know. I'd rather just watch, if I'm going to watch more of Studio Squad, I'd rather just watch the original because they're, so I didn't really feel like the extended, like it benefited from having an extended cut of that particular version. I don't know what you guys thought, but.
I mean, I watched it for what it was worth, and I was disappointed. I was kind of upset. I was just like, because I knew it was chopped up, and then when I watched it, I was like, really? Oh.
Yeah, I know, because I'd gone and seen the Studio Squad version with my dad, because he's a big fan as well, and him and I watched it together, and he walked out of the theater with me, and he said this wasn't the movie that I thought it was going to be. And he was talking, and then we started talking about the trailers for the movie and how the trailers basically set up a completely different Suicide Squad than what we saw in the actual movie. It was just like, wow.
It was a slow progression. You started with the Ayer cut trailer, and then the trailer slowly became more like Studio Squad. You have the second one, which is like a mix of Studio Squad and the Ayer cut, and then you have like trailer 3, which is complete Studio Squad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. And that's the thing too, like going into trailers. Like when the trailers were first coming out, I wasn't a heavy hitter in the film side of things. But I do know that the only trailer that I saw leading up to Suicide Squad for 2016 was the first teaser trailer that we got. That's the pure Ayer cut version of Suicide Squad. And so when I went into when I went into Studio Squad, I was kind of confused because I was remembering that first trailer. I was like, what happened? Like I was like, what happened? So yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of. I kind of felt like we were blindsided, like we were victims of like a complete bait and switch, basically. Like like they did the same thing to us that they did with Justice League. It's the same. It's literally the same exact situation from a story narrative perspective. And Mikey Sutton gets the highlight comment of the day. Eminent, of course, referring to David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Definitely. I think we are on the cusp. It is going to happen. It could get announced today. It could get announced any day now.
I'm
excited, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah,
hope you
I'm
guys
excited
are too. I feel like as DC fans, this is the time. This is the best time for us to be hyped up and excited, regardless of what some people on social media will say.
The fandom menace of the Snyder fandom. That's what they are. The fandom menace of the Snyder fandom.
I don't listen to them anyway.
I tuned out. I tuned out most. I tuned out most of social media when they started telling us to boycott Black Adam. That's when I started unfollowing
Dr. Evil. How about no?
and blocking certain people.
Zip it.
I'm like, how can you tell us to boycott something? And it's like, and it was all this, and there was all this hype and hoopla about whether or not Superman was coming back when we knew. We all knew because we all follow the right people. We knew. It's like, come on.
Silly Mikey.
Oh, my God.
Silly Mikey told us before even the movie released, Superman was back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've known about Superman for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So,
we're in the future.
Bum,
bum, we're past the Ayer cut. We're already on Ayer cut 2. Won't go into details because
what is the Ayer cut trending at now? How many hundreds of thousands?
I heard they're getting close to 200K.
Let's see.
Nice.
The Ayer cut. Yes. Let's hopefully we get it.
They're hiding the number now. I can't find it.
Yeah,
David Ayer's Suicide Squad is 4,000.
The Joker alone is at 63.6K.
Okay, that's Jeffrey. Good. I was worried that was another person, another one of his odds.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't allow another cellmate. Me and Corey escaped by ourselves. So it wasn't. It was you know who it was? You know who picked us up when we escaped? It was Trey. He checked his watch and he picked us up. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So Trey. So speaking of which, Trey says we're at 172K.
Right. Cool.
The road to 200K. Let's go.
Yep.
28K
Release
away.
the Ayer cuts.
Yeah, definitely release the Ayer cut. That's what this is all about.
But what if it gets released under James Gunn? I think a lot of people are still going to boycott because now James Gunn is DC head, and as a rule, we have to boycott now.
Nah, I think what people need to do, and they need to separate what they think of James Gunn personally with who James Gunn is as an executive behind the scenes. Realize that as an executive, he's in a different role. He's in a different position to make things happen. And he understands the creative element. And as long as we have somebody in charge who understands the creative element, unlike Walter Hamada, and someone who also happens to have a working relationship and a friendship with Zack Snyder, a working relationship and a friendship with David Ayer, a working, the list goes on. This is why I think on paper James Gunn is completely right for this position. And David Zaslav even said it himself in the earnings call the other day about James Gunn. He mentioned the fact that James Gunn is the first feature film director who's ever been put in a position like this. So that in and of itself goes to show you how serious David Zaslav is about righting the ship and making things right with these other creatives. It's no coincidence that you see Safran having lunch with Christopher Nolan and Steven Spielberg. They've got big plans for DC. There can be no question about that. And for us as DC fans who have suffered for so long and have gone through so many ups and downs, I feel like we've got nothing but reasons to be thankful and reasons to be positive. It's incredible. And I swear, if on Thanksgiving Zach posts another turkey with another DC graphic novel in the background, I don't want to hear nothing from anybody about how it's just a turkey, because we're at a point now where things are heating up and things are going in a positive direction, and that's what we need. That's what we need as fan of any fandom. You should have more reasons to be positive than negative.
But a lot of these accounts, they operate on negativity because it gets more views. I think of a lot of these accounts, they're like a dog chasing a mad dog chasing a car. They wouldn't know what to do with one if they caught it.
Okay, nice Dark Knight reference.
Yeah, my advice is completely ignore all the idiots on Twitter. They're full of shit.
Oh yeah, I've muted. I blocked. Yeah. I got blocked by RT Snyder cuts.
Here's my thing. I love a lot of the people behind RT Snyder cut, so I'm sad that they've taken the position that they've taken of, Black Adam has to flop in order for us to get anything else, or or this or that or whatever. I hate the fact that that's the position that they've taken, but like I said, I love a lot of the guys behind and gals behind RT Snyder cut, and so I kind of have like a I kind of feel like, okay, this is the way you're looking at it. Hopefully you're not right, and we can all be positive and move forward knowing that bigger and better things are happening. Hopefully they will eventually see that David Zaslav is trying to do right by the fan base instead of instead of following the path of the old regime. And I think that that's what it is. I think a lot of them are just worried about things because of PTSD, because we've been burned so bad by the old regime that they have a hard time accepting that the new regime wants to do anything different and wants to be more positive. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
So yeah, right now the continue is continuing, and right now we're at 4. So yeah, something is definitely gonna happen very soon.
How are they moving numbers exactly? It's like it just goes from like 5, and then like a few minutes later it's like 4. Like where are they count?
I feel like really, I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
They're at 3 seconds. They just launched 3:23 seconds ago. So it looks, yeah, it's increasing quickly. That's for sure.
So that means either David Ayer or James Gunn is going to put out something, or maybe it's going to be David Ayer and James Gunn.
David Ayer will be compromised if he was with James Gunn.
I would love it if they release a video together with James Gunn and David Ayer sitting together, and they announce that the Ayer Cut of Suicide Squad is coming out.
Imagine if they do like what they did with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, exactly the same style, but the Ayer cut though.
Yeah. Yeah, just copy it. Yeah.
Mikey Sutton says post-traumatic Sarnoff syndrome. Yeah.
And I love to comment earlier about the Snyder Menace, by the way.
Yeah, Snyder Menace, yeah. I personally don't think Zack Snyder will release a turkey. I believe he will release a ham and with some big surprise in the background. Maybe it'll be a ham this time. Might be a countdown to a tweet goal.
250K, I think Trey said was the tweet goal.
We're at 2 now. We're gonna find out soon anyway.
I don't know. See, now I'm just gonna get disappointed if it's not the Ayer cut because of how much of this has been hyped up.
It's probably gonna be the Ayer cut. I mean,
it's probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be.
Probably.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's possible. It might be. Probably, not the probably.
And we're gonna find out live because we're here.
We're at 1. We're at 1. Jokes on you, Batman.
Oh boy.
Oh, they have it.
See, this is crazy because we're doing this all over again like we did the Snyder Cut. But I think the Snyder Cut was like
more hyped up.
So 60 seconds from now, they're going to release the content.
Where are you looking at?
The Film Exiles podcast.
That's funny.
What's it called? Film who?
Exiles podcast.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, they're good.
So any second now, they're going to post the additional content.
How do you spell it? Excel? Like
the Film Exiles. It's at THEFILMEXILES.
Can you just type it in?
The Film here. I'll post it in the chat for you guys.
Yeah,
here.
See what they talking about.
Yeah, I got it right now. Looking at something. So looking at all the accounts right now. Let's see here. Nothing.
All right, let me see.
Oh, here it goes. It's a clip. Thanks to our very own Venado for this edit of a brand new Ayer cut clip.
Okay. So not the Ayer cut itself, but
use clips from theatrical cut, BTS, and trailer, but by no means perfect.
Okay, so it's up there right now. So they just posted something. Thanks to our very own Vinaldo7 for this edit of the brand new Ayer cut clip. So this is an Ayer cut clip. that they have. It's admittedly a little choppy. Use clips from the theatrical cut, behind the scenes, and trailer. By no means perfect, but this is how it might have been.
Let me see. What handle is it on?
It's on the Film Exiles podcast.
Savage, it's the video that you had.
Wait, it's the exact same clip that was released earlier?
It's a little bit more, but it's the ending portion is what Savage posted.
Okay, that's why they made such a big deal about taking it down.
We were the good surprise on you, Savage.
I think I'm gonna share this for everybody to see.
Yeah, let's do it.
As well as share the screen here.
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah, because I don't see nothing.
Yeah, let's do the Film Exiles here. Okay, share audio. Okay.
It was assigned to the clown himself.
Denzel, I live for these moments with you. Where are you? I thought. There's something.
Anything, I mean, yeah.
I need a machine gun. I know that. And I appreciate that. That's what I'm hoping. Hoping is a good name. Itsy favor.
Oh, snap.
Hey, I've seen this one. It's a
right?
Yeah.
Looks familiar.
Yeah.
It is a badass scene.
Oh, I didn't see this part.
What's a rerun?
Savage is digging the hole, baby. I love it. We're going all in, Savage.
Digging that hole.
Wow.
Yep.
Release the air cut.
Oh,
Oh, so it has got.
Oh boy.
Has more. Yep. Ah.
What do we have here?
What are you gonna do? You gonna kill me, Mr. J?
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Oh, I can take it.
Pow.
All right.
Boy.
So there we
So,
go.
yeah, that's what it might have looked. That's what. So it looks like that's an idea of what the original breakout of
I gotta say thanks to Vinaldo 7, because again, Vinaldo is a very competent editor. He did a great fan edit of Superman the movie. He did like a fan cut that was amazing, where he made it a little bit more like Man of Steel. It's really cool.
Not Chris Finaldo.
Yeah, Chris Finaldo. Yeah,
The same one. Oh right. Oh,
yeah, Chris Finaldo. Yeah. So yeah, but that was great. That was a great little glimpse into the air.
That looked to me like that was definitely just bits of the theatrical mixed with the new clip, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did say that. So
yeah.
But yeah, just with the taste of it, it's pretty interesting.
Besides, the air cut likely has stuff from the theatrical cut in it. Even the Snyder cut had stuff that was also in Justice League in the film, so there's likely going to be some overlap.
Yep.
A little bit. A little
I mean, they
bit.
had this scene I really liked with Superman turning his head around and Flash. That was like the one scene from Justice League. I was like, oh, I really hope that's in the Snyder Cut, and it was. Thank God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Marcus Cruz says, "Hey Zod, I noticed in the Aquaman movie, the first fight between Arthur and King Orm has many slow-mo shots. It reminds me of Zach's technique so much. I don't know. Aquaman.
I don't care what anyone says. That film is not Snyderverse. That first Aquaman film ain't part of the Snyderverse.
Actually, it is.
I mean, as a movie, it is good. Like,
It's all right.
Not unless it has a Lazarus pit.
It's very pretty, but I don't think it's got the rewatch value.
We need that.
It
needs that. It could benefit from that Lazarus pit scene, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Show Mira's father get resurrected. Since he's dead in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah. Well, I actually bought the 4K Steelbook of Aquaman just so I could test out what 4K looked like when I first got the 4K player.
Well, that's a good movie. That's a good movie to test on 4K. But
it is. That's actually why I bought it.
Honestly, has the best 4K transfer of any 4K ever? Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that. In
Top
front of
Gun
Corey.
Maverick has the best 4K transfer of any film. I mean, it's perfect.
And now you see Supergirl Corey changing it to Top Gun Maverick.
I think that Black Adam will outdo Top Gun Maverick.
You're wrong there. That's just wrong.
In terms of what?
In terms of getting Corey upset.
No.
Oh well, yeah, that's possible. But I don't. I definitely want to see Black Adam in 4K though. Just.
I'll definitely be getting the Steelbook of that as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Physical media all the way.
Oh yeah.
I'll be getting it digital.
Awesome.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. And the individuals that say they're going to get stuff on digital, I wouldn't do it. Because if you get it on digital and they wipe that mug away, you get it on physical, it ain't going nowhere. You got it for life.
I just get on both.
Yep. Yeah. If you get on both, then cool. At least you know you got a physical copy. But digital, I don't trust digital. I'm not buying digital ever again. Unless it's the only way that you can get it. And that I'm never getting digital again.
I've been caught out several times with streaming services. I've been watching something and they've taken it off halfway through. So, yeah, physical media all the way, man. Just for the stuff that you really like and you're going to watch again, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, because streaming services, they'll take it off. That's why
or
I say,
if something offends someone, they might put an edit to make it less offensive, too.
Yeah, they can change it on streaming depending on the company. Disney is notorious for that. So they
and you know what? My good friend Will Rollins posted earlier today on Twitter. We just want to point this out. He said it's a shit secret, but I've seen the air cut of Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
it is superior. Absolutely nothing like the tone or edit of the theatrical. The studio did David Ayer movies dirty. Yes.
So the Film Exiles. So real quick, the Film Exiles posted a comparison video. Now they posted a comparison video of the air cut and theatrical.
Yes. Yeah, they just posted that. In fact, I'm gonna run that for you guys right now. Film Exiles is doing the Lord's work today. Let me share this. Share screen again.
By the way, Corey, why are you wearing that Justice League hat?
This is not Justice League hat.
It's a blue Superman hat, therefore it's Justice League.
BVS, baby.
Oh, so BVS is Justice League. That's what you're saying.
See that? It's the Batman logo. It's got the Batman and the Superman logo. It's the BVS hat.
So they got another clip of this?
No, it's just a side
No,
by
it's a
side.
comparison.
Comparison, same thing.
That damn panda.
Nice.
Yeah, they cut out a lot in the theatrical cut.
Just a quick montage.
Yeah, I like the air cut scene better.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they mowing down the cops. They mowing down everybody that's in there. Then they bust in. See, I like that.
It makes it seem like breaking in is not like something you just do. Like it was actually something that took effort.
And these are Joker's goons, too.
And there you see the theatrical cut. The theatrical. And the theatrical cut just takes all the drama out of it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, it definitely looks better.
Right, well, at least we know now for the test that can show the clip later on the Bat and Kryptonian show.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm over here just like, hey, anything that Film Exiles decides to share and air cut related on this monumentous day, definitely awesome stuff. Wow. So thank you again to Chris Finaldo for posting these amazing clips. Awesome stuff. Belle Reeve, what's up, Belle? Good to see you. Hope everything is going great with you. This air cut stuff is just wonderful. So what do you guys think? Let's get a consensus. What do you guys think of the clips? Air cut compared side by side.
It's just going to fill out the scene just much better. Because like I said, even when they came in when they came into Arkham, and when they came in and they infiltrated it, it seemed like that was too easy. And I'm like, going into Arkham is not easy. You're going to have to do a lot of stuff to get into Arkham. And now it shows how they really got into Arkham. And it makes sense. That's Joker's goons. It makes sense. So, I mean, hey, it's like I say, it's filled out. And like I say, we already know. We already knew. You could tell the way it was chopped up with the editing. That's why.
The trailer company, man. They're good. Maybe they're good at cutting trailers, but they're not good at cutting an entire film.
Nope.
That much is obvious. and I mean, here's the thing, guys. The cinematography looks so much better in the air cut too. My God, just from those clips, you're able to garner that. And when Chris basically takes some clips and kind of meshes them together with some of the stuff that's from the theatrical, it actually does look better, and it actually did make sense. So hey, I don't know, I'm there. I'm so hyped for the air cut right now. It's not even funny.
You know what I did not like about that air cut clip? It makes me hate Studio Squad even more. It makes me more upset we didn't get the air cut.
Oh yeah, I'll never watch Studio Squad again. I mean, it's clear.
You know what? To be honest, I watch Studio Squad. It's entertaining. It's something I would say when you first watch it, the beginning is cool. The beginning is cool. It's just that when they start to travel out, then it loses luster. But the beginning of it is real good. It's very good in the beginning.
And, so David Ayer still filmed it though, so I think that's why it holds up better than
David Ayer still filmed it. Yeah, that's a good point. Belle Reeve says, "All right, I'm gonna listen. I'm in. Gotta focus on my packages and this damn route. Love yous. I love you too, Belle. Glad you could be here checking this out. This is a monumental day. Again, we are celebrating the trending event. Hashtag release the air cut. This is so fantastic. Retro Nerd Girl says the security squad looks more competent and the goons look more brutal. Love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Prime
Yeah.
pointed out, those are the Joker's goons. Those are the people that we're supposed to fear these characters. I mean, it's, but you know, there's a sense of, there's a brilliant sense of dread, sense of
Yep.
panic that you get from the air cut scenes versus what you get from Studio Squad. Studio Squad, you're made to feel more like, oh, it's just a comic book movie. There's no real stakes. There's nothing here. But with the air cut, you actually do get that sense of this is some real deep stuff. The Joker's not playing around.
Right.
And it was really
And
dark.
actually,
compared
you
to
see
Suicide
the
Squad.
actual cops and the staff in Arkham come in to try to stop them. That's why I said when you look, I'm like, you trying to tell me y'all just bowled all these cops down just that quick in Arkham? Everybody knows you're not going to get in Arkham that goddamn easy like that. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
They show the scene with the cops.
Yeah,
So I'm
and
like,
really
hey.
think, yeah, especially when you consider that they hold Killer Croc. Like if they manage to hold the Killer Croc, and I'm supposed to believe that these security guards are supposed to go down easy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I got a $1.99 super chat here from El Divino Vega. What's up, Vega? Good to see you. You got a stream coming up
Hey,
pretty
Vega.
soon too. Hashtag release the air cut, just showing some love before takeoff. Hey, this is what it's all about, man. It's all about, being positive and celebrating something that we all know we're getting. This, like Mike said earlier, is eminent. We know we're getting it. We have all the reason in the world to be excited. Wow, I can't wait.
Mama Bear, I don't know how you can tolerate Justice League. I don't see how you can watch Justice League. I know it got some moments but I don't know how you can tolerate Justice League. I can't even put the dang thing in my disc player. You know what I mean? I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
The only thing that was memorable about that film was the song at the beginning. Everybody knows. I thought that was quite cool, and that was about it.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that song.
That's really
Everybody knows that song grated on my nerves so much, especially when as we found out more and more and more about what really happened behind the scenes. That song was so apropos to the whole situation because we were just like, what the hell are they doing here? That song basically tells you the whole story of what actually happened.
There's even the homeless bum that says "I tried" during that mix.
That was a message from Joss Whedon saying I tried.
Yeah, last time I watched that film, let's just say I had a little bit to drink that night.
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah, we're all gonna go on Savage Bat stream later. What we'll do when we do the Bat and the Cratone, we'll just do it like a Studio Squad watch party. just rewatch that just to remind ourselves of what we're dealing with there. I got a $9.99 super chat here from Belle Reeve saying hashtag release the air cut, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Thank you, Belle. Much love to you. That is exactly what this is all about. This is why we're here. And
Belle in the building.
Oh my God.
And on the Savage Bat channel, you'll be talking about Little Mermaid too. Just remember that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are all about Black Little Mermaid. We love
100%.
Cannot wait. I am so excited.
Disney Plus needs to re-release the animated film and make Ariel black in that movie just to piss everyone off.
Oh, I would love if they did that, Dan. That'd be incredible. And then they could call, you know what they could call it? They could call it the remastered. They could call it Little Mermaid remastered, and Ariel, they make Ariel black. Oh, that'd be beautiful. I would love it. I'd be like, yes, there you go. They finally did the classic the right way.
No jokes. I'm actually going to
Because when you think about it, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say this again since we're on the topic of Little Mermaid. Geographically speaking, considering where mermaids are actually located on the planet Earth, it actually makes sense for Ariel to have darker skin if you think about it. Just saying, but hey, What do we know, right? What? Forget about geography. Forget about what what would actually.
I mean,
make
come on,
sense.
the lobster was Jamaican. Do you know what I mean? It's
I don't know.
obvious.
I don't know what to say. I gotta love it. I love it. Mads Mama Bear says some of the jokes are okay. The my toes hurt and Aquaman sitting on the lasso.
Yeah, that's a good part. I give her that. That part is good. That part is funny.
And she says, I try. And Mads Mama Bear also says, I try to see the good in everything. That's why I didn't fit in with the fandom menace. But yeah, and that's what you should do. That's what you should do. You should always try to be positive. Yeah. Exactly. I try to be positive. See the positive.
Much respect,
in
Mads
everything.
Mama Bear, on that comment. That's exactly.
That's a great comment.
That's exactly the right mindset.
Let's see. Fun fact: multiple cultures have mermaids, including African. Yeah, but what I'm saying about the mermaids is where mermaids are actually located on the planet Earth.
Are supposed to be. They're not real.
They're supposed to be a little bit. It would make sense that they have darker skin than Ariel. She's not going to be pasty white if she's an actual mermaid geographically. That's not
in China.
Well, in China, she is going to be pasty white because they're going to win. Prime. Have you seen the deep fake that China did with Ariel, where they made her white and she's complete? She looks just like the old cartoon version.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's how Disney. That's how they'll release the movie in China because they're so outwardly racist out there. That's crazy. I'm like, if you're gonna deep fake her and make her white, you better change her voice too, because it's not fair to the actress to have her altered in that way.
Yeah. But also Disney as well allowing that,
Disney is something else. It really is.
Really?
It really is like Prime likes to point out.
They don't give a shit.
It really is like Prime likes to point out all about the money. It really is. That's all it's about. Because for Disney to allow something like that, it's not about diversity. It's not about
if they cared about black people, they wouldn't have allowed that.
No, at all. No.
Honestly, put it like this. It's like this. Disney knows they can do anything they want with their properties because they already know they got their sheet. Yeah. So with them already know they can't see no wrong with Disney. So the people that look straight through it or whatever like that, they might not go see it. But the average, I would say this, the average mother that got children or a family, which is the general casual audience, they got them.
Yeah,
they're going to go see it just for the simple fact. Disney know they got that. They got the money in the bag. It don't matter. It's just like if you go to the theme park, it's ridiculously expensive, but people gonna pay for it to go take their kids and go. No, they don't care. They gonna do what they do. They gonna milk it.
Yep, and Prime, like really to hammer it home, I'm gonna use this as an example. Like Chris Jericho is a wrestler, and he was pretty much asked about the whole Vince McMahon situation, which I'm not gonna get into, but he said this. He said this very interestingly. He said that WWE is the Disney of wrestling. They're not gonna go anywhere. like Disney isn't gonna go anywhere no matter what they do.
Nope, it don't matter. It don't matter. But it is what it is. Hey.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that Disney announced what they doing. And people still gonna go. It don't matter. They said it right verbatim on it's everywhere. People are gonna go see it regardless. It don't matter what it is. Like I said, hey.
It's very true. And Oh So Fresh makes a great point here. There's many African folklores of mermaids that predates the Disney version. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's all cultures did, and it was before someone's written Ash 790. The fairy tale is based off is still Danish. Yeah, but before the Little Mermaid fairy tale, fishermen and navymen and pirates used to talk stories of mermaids.
Yep.
So it predates the Danish thing as well.
Yeah, mermaids,
mermaids. It's been around way before the Little Mermaid book was written. The fairy tale. Yeah.
And Mads Mama Bear says Ariel's location is hard to pinpoint. I'm assuming somewhere Mediterranean, as her father is the son of Poseidon.
It must be her stepfather, because Poseidon's definitely white. He's got he's with the white beard, you know.
Unless, Poseidon did it with a black woman, then you could have a mixed race child, which could.
That's probably what it was. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't get me canceled by
Listen. I got
cancel that, Dan.
all I gotta say is yes. I love it. I couldn't be more in support of Little Mermaid.
Same. Me and Soda are actually going to go and see it, and we're going to do a review.
We're going to do a review, and then when it comes out on video, we're going to do a watch party.
How's it going to look when you get grown men watching Little Mermaid by themselves in a theater full of little girls?
Kind of pedophile-ish.
No. You got to understand that this movie was made for our demographic based on all the complaining.
It's for families. It's for all ages. It's for all ages.
I just don't. Yeah.
Really for me, I really don't care about the live action Little Mermaid remake. I think of it as just a thing that's happening and that's it.
I wasn't, but just the controversy it's caused has made me interested in it.
Yeah.
And Mads Mama Bear points out this great fact here. Hallie is gorgeous and has a beautiful voice. I'm sold. Exactly. That should be all. That should be all you need. That should be all you need. That should be all you need. There shouldn't be any other controversy right there. Because not only does she have to look beautiful, but she has to have a voice. She has to be able to sing.
The only controversy I see is fucking Savage Bat sitting in a full movie theater of nothing but 8-year-old girls watching The Little Mermaid. That's the only controversy that I'm seeing right now.
Jesus Christ, Corey.
Watching that, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of young girls watching that.
Well,
bro.
just make sure. You know what? Just make sure you have a date. Just make sure you have a date with you when you go see Little Mermaid. Make sure you have a date.
100%.
Don't bring your brother for that one. Don't bring your brother for that one.
So did you guys hear about what they're doing? What inspiration is going? What inspiration the Disney Hercules remake?
Oh, TikTok. No, dude, Hercules is my favorite of the pure Disney movies. I hate what they're doing.
I have no idea
what are they doing, Jeffrey? What are they doing?
They're taking inspiration from TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Making a musical.
How's that even going to make sense?
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't know.
They're turning the Hercules movie into a musical, basically.
I mean, doing fair, technically is a musical.
Though.
It's already a musical, right?
But to say that they're taking inspiration from TikTok, I don't know why that is.
Renegade.
Stupid is why. Can't just get James Woods back as Hades. CGI Hades, make James Woods Hades, and I'll be happy. But you can't replace James Woods as Hades. He's my all-time favorite Disney villain.
Well, I'm about to jet, gentlemen, because I got to get ready to go get something to eat. But
we're about. Don't leave just yet, because we're about to wrap it up. Prime. I just wanted. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody on this amazing panel. This has been so much fun talking about Release the Air Cut with you guys. It's been an amazing time. We got some other live streams coming up and stuff, so I don't want this to go for too long. Again, thank you, everybody. I just want to go around real quick, get your final thoughts. Prime, we'll start with you since you got to go. What's your final thoughts, man?
None, man. Just everybody just get ready, anticipate. Get ready to, just watch it and have fun. And like my man Skywalker said earlier, which he made a great point earlier today on what you will call the stream is that a lot of these people that watch the movie prior that didn't like it, they're older now. So now they might
Yeah.
fully understand these movies now, and that's the good thing. Now the more mature movies that are more mature, they're not as I don't want to say that. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So I would say is that that's a good thing, and it's coming out, and now we're getting the real version. Now people can fully understand, and maybe they can go back and they can watch the Snyderverse for what it is, and they can understand it. Again, a lot of people they just wasn't ready. I think a lot of people are starting to understand
Yeah,
what
because
great Snyderverse is. So
Yes, and Air Cut was another movie that was obviously ahead of its time.
yep.
All right, so
Yep.
so thank you, thank you again, Prime. Thank you so much, and Jeffrey,
I got to
your
jet.
final thoughts, brother.
Bye, Prime.
that,
really, really glad to be just a part of these streams. Like I know that I've been I've been awake ever since 6:30 on my time. So then I kind of took a power nap and trying to make all these streams with you guys. And yeah, that clip was amazing. Can't wait to actually get the haircut. And it really just kind of like what Prime said. Like I really am happy that a lot of people are coming around to watching the DCEU. Like my actual pastime. This isn't a joke. My actual pastime is actually watching other YouTubers starting their DCEU journey, and they're actually liking it because. And the funny thing is about that is a lot of people had the same response saying that why were people telling me this was bad. Like they actually do think it's good. So yeah, it's really good seeing these YouTubers reactions to the DCEU for the first time.
That's actually a really good point that you're making. Again, it was the media that set up a perception of this negativity in such a way that it kind of ruined DC for no reason when essentially and I like what you're pointing out, Jeffrey, about seeing these other YouTubers because I've been checking out those videos too where you get like a Marvel fan and
Yeah.
they start with Man of Steel and they're going to go forward and they're actually enjoying themselves. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Thank you again, Jeffrey, for being here, man. I really appreciate it. And Taladia,
Yes, sir.
what are your final thoughts, my friend?
Well, firstly, thank you for having me on. Make sure you like the stream and share it. Subscribe to Zod. My final thoughts is simple. We're getting the haircut, and it's imminent now, as Mikey has said. It's imminent, only a matter of hours or even days before we get it.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
That's what I gotta say.
Awesome. Okay, and Super Bro Corey, what's up, man? What are
Yeah.
your final thoughts, brother?
Thank you so much for having me on today, Zod. I would have to say, everything that I saw of that air cut trailer snippet, no bother. Just stick with the theatrical cut. Nothing to see here. It's not better by any means. Stick with the mundane, shitty stuff. No, wake up, Airbots. It's time to activate the Airbots, and it's time to go, baby. Air cut's right around the corner. I'm excited, man. Everything that I've seen today was super exciting and was just so much better. It's just why would you even think about getting rid of it? But it also kind of pisses me off too because we had that COVID and nothing was coming out. Clearly, The Air Cut was a beautiful movie that's already made. They should have released it years ago when no movies were being released. I can't wait for it to actually get released. It's going to be everything that I've seen so far is going to be so much better. And I'm looking forward to people actually not saying, I want a Harvey and a Joker style relationship. I want to be like, actually, I take back that tweet. That's a toxic relationship.
Well, Corey, this is so wonderful. And at the tail end here, I gotta give props because I got one of my greatest streaming friends of all time is backstage and he's about to join us give his thoughts here. Coming in right at the tail end, none other than the founder of the Cool Table himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome from the Jedi Mafia, Skywalker, the Jedi. What's up, brother?
Yo.
What's going on, peoples? What's going on? How's everybody doing today?
Obi-Wan gave up.
I just heard you say that it was the tail end. I'm sorry that I got here so late, yo. I was a little bit busy. But much love and appreciation to everybody that is on the panel. Thank you to Zai for having me on. I'm going to be on a little later with you and Savage Bat, so I'm looking forward to that as well. I hope everybody has been having as much of a wonderful day as I have.
It's so beautiful, dude. All this positivity, Skywalker. We're at a point now where I feel like anything negative, it all just goes out the window when you see people actually being smiling and being festive and celebrating something that they know, like Mikey Sutton says, is imminent. So what are your thoughts, man, just overall on what we're seeing and where we're headed, brother?
Yeah, yo. I'm glad to see the vast majority of everybody being so happy and, us kind of moving past all this being angry stuff, yo. And as I've been trying to make my rounds today, I've just been seeing a whole bunch of the community really coming together and celebrating, right, and being happy. And I'm just really enjoying it. So we're gonna have a great day, and I will also be going live tonight. Yes. After
it wouldn't be appropriate without Skywalker going late. I mean, I love that. I love that. We always got to have that late night Skywalker stream.
Night shift.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm batting cleanup most definitely tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So by the time that I go on, a lot of the numbers should be kind of settled. So I'm really looking forward to kind of having that wrap up conversation.
Always.
That's definitely
so
what it's going to be.
I'm so glad you're here, and it's always a pleasure, 100% to stream with you. You already know I love you, man. So thank you for being here.
Most definitely.
And now we go over to you, Savage Bat. What are your final thoughts, brother? Before you and we're about to get ready to jump on the Bat and the Kryptonian in a few minutes. So what's up with you, bro?
Yeah, well, we've got our Bat and the Kryptonian coming up. As Skywalker said, he's going to be joining us. Secondly, screw Corey and Mad's Mama Bear trolling me in the comments.
Oh, God.
No, anyway, and and then tomorrow, same again, the crossover stream, talking more about this with guests and stuff. And,
possibly Mikey Sutton.
Mikey Sutton.
He can make episode 6 in a row, 7 in a row? What are we on,
yeah,
bro?
I think seven appearances.
Well, he missed that one.
He missed that one.
Just one. He missed one
because
episode.
Because of that family reunion he was on.
Yeah.
And we also had let's not forget today we had Mikey Sutton drop several casual bombs in the chat on this stream.
Yeah.
We dropped several. So if you missed it, you might have to go back and check out some of those bombs because Mikey was on point talking about a lot of stuff. And one of them that stood out to me was he talked about Green Arrow in Justice League too. But hey, what can I say? We got last but not least, my official co-host for today's stream, Bat Dan. Bat Dan's thoughts. What are your final thoughts on this whole haircut thing, bro?
We have a lot to look forward to. I know people want to bitch about the new regime for I don't know what. Just more Ezra Miller beer drama they want to bring up. We have a lot of great things coming up. The haircut, and as many issues as I have with James Gunn, he's supportive of other creators, so we will get the haircut. Just keep hashtagging, keep it positive. And stop blaming the new regime for what the old regime did. Stop trying to turn on Henry Cavill. Stop trying to turn on Zack Snyder with the whole Justice Zack nonsense. It's a good time to be a DC fan. Let's act like it.
Celebrate.
Exactly. Celebrate, release the haircuts, and have a bat-tastic day.
And on that note, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a cap on today's stream. It was beautiful. Thank you everybody for being here. I love you all. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you everybody in the chat who provided comments and super chats. It was wonderful. Again, this community is the greatest community in the world, and I will say this. I feel like we are at the point where we DC fans, we're eating good, and we could probably be positive from here on out.
Yeah.
It's actually our time to shine. So with that, ladies and
Definitely.
gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream on Jose Diaz's comment here. Release the air cut. Retro Nerd Girl says, what a fun stream. Great panel, great chat. And Trey, who's always checking his watch, probably checked his watch to tell us this is a great show. Time to wrap it up. So good night, everybody. Hashtag release the air cut and stay positive.
Yep.
Batman out.
Bye, everybody.
Stay out of